It's Mangogi! Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be doing a build hacks video, so let's get to it. The first hack is if you have a dining room or a kitchen where you have a table, like this traditional table I'm gonna add in, and it seems really plain and not much detail unless you add food. That's one thing you can do. But say you don't want to add food, you can try adding like a good texture first, so make sure it's not just all one solid color. Add some textures to it, and then what I like to do is go to the decorations tab, and some people add this expensive egg, but I like to add these concrete frogs. And what you're gonna do is go to the smaller like medium grid, and face the frogs towards each other, 2 of them, right on the middle of the table, wherever you want. And then I go back to the decorate category, and I go and find something I would like to add to the middle of it. So you could use this cactus or maybe this terrarium, but what I like to use is some of these up at the very top, not like the top, but the somewhat at the top of the decorations. Like here I'm using this natural statue, and I put it in between the 2 frogs, and make sure the frogs and whatever you put in the middle are the exact same colors, so it looks like it's just one piece. And yeah, it adds a bit of detail. Another thing people miss out is adding placemats. They added it to the game, but not many people remember to add them. And it adds a lot of extra details and textures to your dining room or kitchen. So here I'm just adding a few, 3 on each side. Make sure you color it and make sure it matches the table and not just be completely off. And once you add them, it looks really good and adds just a bit of an extra touch, and most people forget about it, so that's why I like to add them. On to the next hack. So say you have an entryway where it's just 2 plain big walls and there's not much detail on it or any like kind of cool lighting. So what I like to do is, after I make the 2 walls for the entryway, is I go into the appliance section and I get the traditional hood. I put it right in between the 2 walls, and then I go to the small grid and make sure it's centered and not sticking out, because that looks a bit weird. And then what you can do is make sure it's colored the same as the walls, because if it's not, it looks a bit weird. So I just did some white wood for this, and it looks really nice. And the hood also has built-in lights, so it adds a nice glow to the entryway. And another thing you should do is add pillars. I don't normally add like just a plain block pillar. I like to add like the detailed pillars. So like maybe the traditional pillar or the fancy pillar like I am doing here. And it adds another extra touch to the corners and make sure it's not just a big block. And one more thing is that lighting is key in nice detailed builds. So I'm gonna use these medieval torches in this build, and it just adds like a cool glow and it makes it look way cooler than just a plain old block. The next hack is you can go like whenever you have a kitchen and there's just counters there against like a plain wall, you can add like, I like to have this build tip. So what you like to first do is put them against the wall, of course, and texture and color the countertops however you want. Make sure it matches the theme of the build. And then after you do that, you're gonna wanna go to the decorate category and go down, and you'll see one of the things, it's called a barrel. And what you're gonna do is paint it like the color of like a soup or a drink, because this is gonna be like a barrel of soup or drink or whatever kind of thing you want. So you're gonna do that. I like to add it with the sand texture because that makes it look like a liquid and not just a solid block. And I add it in between the counters, like in the middle of them. Make sure it's behind the countertops and not sticking out because that will look a bit weird. And then I just add them. And then what I like to do is add the industrial pipe, which is a bit further down in the decorations. And then I color it the same as the barrel, and it looks like a glass tube with soup or the drink or whatever liquid you added flowing through it, and it looks really cool. And after you add more than one, it adds a lot of detail and makes it look a bit more detailed and fill up the space if you have like an empty little section in your kitchen. And I colored mine with like beige, a gold, and a dark brown, and it looks like soups or drinks. And I also like to add this wooden spoon because it makes sure people knows it's just not like a decoration, and it makes it look more functional even though it's not. I hope you like all these builds because they're really helping make your builds look more detailed. And yeah, I hope to see you next time. Bye!